Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm answering your questions about the God Bless the USA Bible. Was it really printed in China? How much money is Donald Trump being paid for this? Are there missing amendments? Have things like the Gospel of Donald been added into this Bible? Am I just a Democrat who hates Trump and I made this video to take a swipe at him? All of those questions and more answered in this video. Okay, my review of the God Bless the USA Bible racked up over 500,000 views on YouTube. It was mentioned in a Wikipedia page about this Bible, and then it was featured on Jimmy Kimmel Live, which I shared about in another video on my channel. But most importantly, it got over 15,000 comments. Now, a lot of those comments were people saying, hey, thanks for doing a review, an honest, fair review of this Bible. A lot of them were from people on the far left or the far right, kind of saying critical things about me, the Bible, Trump, all of that sort of stuff. But many of them were questions about this Bible. People genuinely asking questions about certain aspects of this Bible and things that they had heard about it. And so I wanted to do a follow-up video so I could address some of those questions specifically in this video. Are you ready? Okay, first things first, let's talk about the quality of this. Many people said to me, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is actually worth the 70 some odd dollars that I paid for it. And I just want to point out that I have a YouTube channel dedicated to Bible reviews. And so I know what I'm looking at when I look at these Bibles. And this is not a Bible that should cost $70 or more. You look at this Bible and it is a cheap synthetic leather. There's a video, Jimmy Kimmel showed this, where they're promoting this as genuine leather. And some of you said, well, it's not the kind of genuine leather you're used to. No. It's a synthetic material. It is not real leather. Why do I know this? Because I review Bibles like this. Here is a good example. This right here is a synthetic leather Bible from Thomas Nelson. It's a material called Leather Soft. Look at this. This is very, very similar in terms of the look, but they've added some texture to this one. It's got a little bit of a grain in it. This Bible looks nicer than the God Bless the USA Bible. It's got raised spine hubs. Then you open it up to it's got a perimeter stitch. Can you see that? A perimeter stitch around the outside. You open up the Bible. It's got blue teal accents on the page. It's got nice thick paper where you're not bleeding through. This Bible compared to this Bible is literally 10 times nicer. Like attention to detail, an actual Bible publisher who did a really good job. And guess what? This Bible is available right now for $30 on Amazon. $30 for this, a much nicer Bible than this, which is $70. So sure, if you want to pay extra for the extra material in this, that's fine. But as far as the quality goes, it's a lower quality Bible than other Bibles that are half the price. So just answering the question, is it really that bad of quality? Yes, I think it is. That's what I said in the video as I was talking about the quality of the Bible. And that leads to, where was it made? I suggested in that video that this is suspicious to me that it doesn't say where it was printed. You would think that the God Bless the USA Bible would be printed in the United States, but it doesn't say printed in the United States of America inside this Bible. It does not say printed in the United States of America on the website for this Bible, which led me to wonder where it was made. Now, I've done a little bit of digging into this. I found some articles about this Bible in some news media outlets. I have a friend who started doing a little bit of digging on his own, kind of doing a sleuth into it, and it's possible. Let me throw this out there. I cannot find out where this Bible was made. I cannot find out exactly where it was manufactured. There's a possibility that this was printed in the United States of America. There's a couple of little threads out there that make me think that it's possible that it was, which is honestly a little bit even more shocking to me if it was printed in the United States, because the paper, the printing, the quality overall is just not that great. So I'm a little bit surprised that it's not nicer if it was, but I'm not convinced that it was. I do believe that it's possible. I think that they would be promoting the fact that it was printed and bound in the United States of America if it actually was. So there's a couple of, like, when I say that, it was like I looked up into like the ISBNs, which I couldn't find much information on, and like the shipping address and things like that. It's being shipped from Alabama, which made me think, well, maybe it's being printed in Alabama. I could not confirm that. So the question, was it actually printed in China, or was it really printed in the United States? I simply don't know. I would love for someone from the God Bless the USA Bible or from Lee Greenwood's team to let us know where it was printed and give us some proof of that. I think that would be very interesting if they would do that. So I'm not quite sure about that. Now, Question number 3. Is Donald Trump making money from this Bible? Many people hopped in the comments and said, they called me a liar, and they said, Donald Trump is not making money from this Bible. It says that on the website. So let me go to the website and show you what it says on the God Bless the USA Bible. One of the frequently asked questions is any of the money from this Bible going to the Donald J. Trump campaign for president? The answer is no. GodBlessTheUSABible.com is not political and has nothing to do with the campaign. It's not controlled by Donald J. Trump. But if you keep reading, it says, GodBlessTheUSABible.com uses Donald Trump's name, likeness, and image under paid license from CIC Ventures, LLC. So what that means is Donald Trump does not own this Bible, which I said very clearly in that video. I mentioned Donald Trump's name at the beginning of the video and said, I'm reviewing this Bible because it was just promoted. It was endorsed by Donald Trump, the former president of the United States who is currently running for president. I thought that was a pretty big deal. And then I said, I don't think that he owns this because I know that Lee Greenwood owns this Bible and it's a venture from him. That's what that website says. No, he doesn't make money from the sales of these Bibles. But yes, he was paid for his endorsement. So to say that he's not making money is just simply not true because Trump was paid to endorse this Bible. It says that clearly on the website. Okay, another question was, a lot of people asked me, has this Bible been altered? Have I checked in certain places to see? I think what happened is there was a bunch of TikToks and Reels and things like that where people said, oh, they changed certain verses in the Bible because of Trump's trial and things like that. They said, well, they took out all the verses about adultery and things like that. I've checked a bunch of the main places and I do not find any verses in the Bible that have been edited or changed in that way. I cannot say that I think the text of Scripture has been changed. And then the other thing, I'm finding it for you real quick, is there was a rumor going around, or people saying online, that sandwiched in between the Old Testament and the New Testament of this Bible was something called the Gospel of Donald. So here I am. This is the final page of the Old Testament. This is the last page of Malachi. And then when I turn the page, it goes straight into the New Testament. It goes straight into the Gospel of Matthew. So no, there is not a Gospel of Donald inside this Bible, and I cannot find any specific verses where something has been changed like that. So that is a myth that is out there about this Bible. Okay, let's get to something in the back. Many people noted this after the review, and I actually missed this, which is true. So if you go to the back of this Bible, it shows you first at the end of Revelation, right after that, you get the handwritten lyrics to God Bless the USA. Then you turn the page and you get the Declaration of Independence on this glossy paper. By the way, you saw my video that pages were stuck together and they were ripping apart, and people were saying that's normal. Sometimes pages get a little sticky, but this one literally ripped apart, like it was ripping, okay? So after the Declaration of Independence, it goes to the Constitution. So there you get the opening pages of the Constitution, and then that's where it ripped down there at the bottom. Do you see that? How it literally ripped off the blue down there on those two pages because they were stuck together. They even addressed this on their website because so many people were having that happen that they talked about the pages sticking together. It goes through Article 1, Article 3, Article 7. It goes through everything in the primary, the opening pages through Article, 7, the signers of the Constitution, and then it goes to the Bill of Rights. Many of you said they don't have the last 17 amendments, and that is correct. I don't think it's actually that they forgot them. They added the opening pages of the Constitution and then the Bill of Rights. Here you see the first 10 amendments to the Bill of Rights, and then it goes straight into the Pledge of Allegiance. So there are 27 amendments in the United States Constitution. So there are 17 missing amendments. I don't think it's necessarily an error because it says the Bill of Rights, and the Bill of Rights is defined as the first 10 amendments. So they did not include the remaining amendments, but I don't think that's necessarily like an error on their part. They put the opening pages of the Constitution followed by the Bill of Rights. They didn't put anything else after that, which is of note because those amendments talk about the women's right to vote and presidential term limits and the abolition of slavery. Those are important amendments to our Constitution. They're not in there. So a lot of people were getting up in arms about that. I don't necessarily think that that is the biggest deal. Now, one typo that I did find in these pages back here, which several people, and I'll talk about, my political leanings in a moment. Several people criticized me because on the second page of the Constitution, they noted that I highlighted the words power of impeachment there at the top of the second page. They said, oh, you're just trying to make a statement. I said, no, I just was reading, as I was flipping through the Bible, I was just reading the highlights of the page. I went back and looked at that and realized that's a typo. And it's actually the most classic, hilarious to me typo ever, because the words power of impeachment are just the last three words of the final sentence of Section 2 of Article 1 of the Constitution. If you look here, there's Section 2. You go down here, there's Article 1. You go down to Section 2 and you read it. And the ending of Section 2 of Article 1 says, the House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other offices and shall have the sole power of impeachment. This is just a typesetting typo. The words power of impeachment were made a heading on page 2 when they're actually supposed to be the final part of a sentence down there. So it's a typo that they turned them, they set them as a heading, but they set the words powers of impeachment as a heading when really they're just supposed to be the end of the last sentence of Section 2 of Article 1, which it's because he was impeached, right? And so it's kind of humorous to me that that's the typo that was made, because clearly this is a Bible that's being endorsed by him, that the people who are selling it are fans of him, and yet that is one of the errors in this Bible. Okay. I was critical of this Bible, and a lot of people said, I am just a pawn of the Democrats, and I'm just trying to take a stab at the former president, Donald Trump, because I don't like him. So, am I a Democrat? No, I am not. Honestly, if you go back and watch my original video, I said nothing, zero, about politics. I introduced this video and said, I'm reviewing this Bible because it's a huge national story. A lot of people are talking about it, and I want to join that conversation. I want to give it a look. And I went through that video and I tried to be as fair and honest I can. If you watch any of the other Bible reviews on my channel, I did the same thing I did with those. Did an overhead video, walked through the Bible, talked about the quality, talked about the typesetting, talked about the paper, gave some thoughts. At the end of the video, I came back and I said, I wish this Bible didn't exist. By the way, Jimmy Kimmel on his show said, Donald Trump made a pastor wish the Bible didn't exist. I don't wish the Bible didn't exist. I said I wish this Bible didn't exist. But the reason I said that had nothing to do with politics. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump or Republicans and Democrats. It was me talking about conflating the founding documents of America, which as a proud American, I respect, and putting them into the Bible. I don't think those two things should be combined. That has nothing to do with politics. In fact, if President Joe Biden went on TV the same day that Donald Trump did and endorsed this Bible, my review of this Bible would have been exactly the same. Exactly the same, I promise. Because it has nothing to do with politics or who's endorsing it. It was just me talking about this Bible. That was all it is. I'm not a Democrat. I'm really not out to get Donald Trump or anything like that. That's not why I did this. I decided to make the video because it was a timely news story and I was interested in the Bible. And then when I actually took an honest look at it and I saw the poor quality of it, and then I looked at these documents and I really considered what it means to put the Declaration of Independence inside the Bible. Many people talked about the verse in Revelation, just a couple pages before this, that say you should not add anything to these words. And I just said, I really don't like the concept of these types of Bibles. And many of you out there disagreed with me, and that's your right. That's totally fine. I was just sharing an honest review of this Bible and my thoughts about it. It did not have anything to do with politics for me. It just simply didn't. So, was it printed in China? I'm not sure. Is Donald Trump actually making money? Yes, he was paid for his endorsement. Am I a Democrat? No, I'm not. Is the quality of this Bible actually better than I was saying it was? No, it's not. It's a poorly made Bible, and when you compare it to other Bibles like this one right here, it just doesn't hold up. I don't find anything malicious being added to the Bible, like the Gospel of Donald or verses being changed, but I did find that one typo in the founding documents. And so I just think that it's fair for me to offer some criticism of this Bible for what it is, but I also wanted to respond to a bunch of the questions that you had. Many of you had the exact same questions, and so I wanted to respond to those with a follow-up video. If you have not seen my original review of this Bible, I will put the link in the video description. If you have further follow-up questions, please add those to the comments of this video and I will try to get back to you with a response. Once again, and I'll say this, I've said this in several videos recently, I think we need to learn how to have civil discourse in this country. We need to have thoughtful conversations. So if you're going to hop in the comments and you're going to say hateful things, I'm not going to engage with you in that way. But if you want to disagree with me in an honest and thoughtful way, I will 100% engage with you in the comments of this video. And if you are a follower of Christ out there who disagrees with me, or you're a follower of Christ out there who disagrees with other people, the fruit of the Spirit is not hateful comments on YouTube videos and Facebook posts, etc. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Those are the things that we need to be pursuing. So I hope the best for our country during election year. I hope the best for you and your loved ones. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.